if I traded it all, if I
Welcome back. Are you guys ready for the weekend? You guys got to listen up because this is the coolest thing that I've heard about in a long time. I have with me John Eberline, if I'm saying it correctly.
Eberline.
Eberline, and he is the owner of Bouncing Bubbles Soccer Rental. Bubble Soccer Rental. How is it said?
It's Bouncing Bubbles.
Bouncing Bubbles, but it's soccer.
Yeah, we play bubble soccer is what it's called.
Tell everybody a little bit about what it is.
Yes, this is such an exciting game. So basically the way the bubble soccer works is people get a hold of us either through email, on the phone, or through our contact form. They set up the reservation, and then the way the actual bubble soccer works is each person has their own bubble suit, sits on you just like a backpack. There's handles in front of you, and you can run in them. And people go bouncing into each other. They can knock each other over. They do weigh 25 pounds, so they're a little bit heavy, so we don't make a real big field. But they knock into each other. They get knocked head over heels. They stay in the bubble completely safe, and they just have a good time. We usually play 5-on-5. We play for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we usually rotate or take a water break because it does get kind of tiring.
Sure. Now, it's soccer. So are they actually playing soccer or not?
It depends on the group, but most of the time the soccer is secondary. There's just a lot of bumping into each other.
It's like bumper people.
Yeah, a lot of times you kind of have to tell them, hey, the soccer ball is over here because the ball's in the corner, and you got 10 people down on the other end of the field just hitting each other, and you got to kind of remind them or kick the soccer ball into the mix. And they do play. They try to score goals, but it depends on each group, but it's fun to watch each group evolve.
I'm on the website, and when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. Now, you had somebody who was talking to you earlier that kind of understood something about this and explained it towards something, whether it was boxing or whatever. I don't remember what it was that you were talking about.
Yeah, he kind of mentioned like the old sumo wrestling suits that they used to have. So they're much more advanced than that. They're very durable. They're very bouncy and firm. And you can actually run around and play games in them. And
they're a blast. Just looking at your website, it looks so much fun. Okay. So you told me that you're also statewide.
Yes, we will go anywhere in the state. Anything that we do within the Phoenix area, we don't charge a travel fee. But we've done stuff up in Flagstaff, Tucson. We actually met a corporate retreat up in Page, Utah. We've been to the White Mountains, and so we will go anywhere, but we do charge a travel fee if we have to leave the valley.
Right. Now, what is included in a rental?
So basically, once we arrive, myself and another worker will get there about an hour ahead of time, and we set the field up, we get the bubble set up, we have all the equipment that they would need to play except the location, which we can talk about in a minute. But we stay, we provide, I will talk about the rules, the safety, how to get in the bubble, how to play, and then we will stay and actually run the games. We keep track of the time, and then we usually have an extra soccer ball or two that if one gets kicked out pretty far, we just chuck another one in there so they can keep playing while we chase the ball down for them. And then we also have a couple of extra bubbles because it is an inflatable device, and sometimes they do get holes in them, and we can patch them up and still keep them safe. But
now, it is safe.
Yes, it is completely safe, yes.
Okay, and now do people do this for kids' parties? What kind of events do they do?
Yes, we do birthday parties a lot. The only thing I'll say about that is the size of bubbles we have, we only kind of try to keep it around 12 or 13 years old or older. We have done a few that are 10, 11 years old. It just depends on the size and the strength of the kid at that point. But we've done teenagers, college kids, adults. I mean, there's been grandparents that have jumped in and played a little bit, so any age range. But we've also done like a lot of church events. We've done a couple of bachelor parties. We've done some corporate events. Any event that you think you might want bubble soccer, we will be there.
Now, you go to where to do this bubble soccer?
Yeah, so we don't have an actual location. So when the customer books an event, they are in charge of securing the place to play. And all we ask is that they have a pretty good size area of a grass field if they're going to do it outside. Some cities will have you get a permit. You have to make reservations. I know the city of Scottsdale, we're on their vendor list, and the city of Peoria. A couple others don't care, but other ones do it at just a green spot, like a community green belt within their neighborhood. And then we have had a few customers that have rented indoor facilities like the Arizona Sports Complex and the Phoenix Sports Center. So they just have to secure the location, and we'll go wherever they want.
Now, you are licensed and insured.
Yes, we are.
Right? And they stay there with you at the party. They're making sure everything is going right. They're kind of telling you how to do things, and they're helping you play the game and keep it going as well.
Yeah, we don't just drop and go. We definitely are there. We want to make sure the bubbles are being used properly and that everyone's having a good time, and if we need to mix up the game, and we communicate with the people that are playing and make sure that they have the best experience possible.
You gotta check out this website. It's fun just looking at it. It is BouncingBubblesSoccer.com, and that bubbles is with an S, so Bouncing Bubbles Soccer, so there's 2 S's in that, .com, and you can also call them. How long does it take if somebody's saying, you know what, I gotta have this, I gotta do it? How long does it take?
It depends on the availability. If you call today and you want an event tomorrow, we can usually do it as long as we aren't already booked.
So their phone number is 602-999-6318, and their tagline is "Get Your Bounce On." I love that.
Yes, a lot of people end up having a great time. We've done about 90 events now, and really as a group, there's not been one group that has not had a great time.
I bet you. Now, you're offering the audience, it's a 50% off because you've wanted to do something fun for them, and this is a $200 value actually for you guys. It's either a 60 or a 90-minute rental. Is that what it is that they're going to get?
Yeah, that's correct. If they want to book either one of those, we'll give them 50% off. Okay,
so again, you can call in here and get connected with me. My number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call them direct at 602-999-6318. It's Bouncing Bubbles Soccer.com. Licensed and insured statewide as well, and a ton of fun, guys, just a ton of fun. And you can also Facebook them at Bouncing Bubbles because they got all their pictures. You said you put up your pictures of the events.
Yeah, we have pictures from every event. We even have a few videos on there, a couple of highlight films of some of our more fun hits, and it is just a blast. I mean, all we hear the whole time is just giggling and laughing, and it's a lot of fun for us to be there and watch each group play.
I bet. Now, so what are the biggest misconceptions about bubble soccer? I never would have thought I'd ever ask that one question. Are there misconceptions about it? Go ahead.
Yeah, one of them is just the injuries. There are a lot of videos on YouTube and on, you can Google bubble soccer and see a lot of videos. And there are some violent hits that happen, and so some people think that, there's got to be some injuries with that. And to be honest, in our 90 events, we've never had any major injuries, definitely that we're not aware of and that we've ever seen. We've had a couple of small things, like a guy twisted his ankle, which could happen in any sport.
Sure.
And, a couple people have been jarred, but most of the times it's just when they don't follow the safety rules we give them is the time that the smaller injuries happen. But, yeah, we've had some very, very major collisions between two big guys, and they get up just laughing about it and not hurt at all.
It seems like it's pretty safe because it doesn't seem like you can get hurt because you've got so much bubble around you.
Yeah, you really can't. And then the other big misconception is, this one is funny to me, it's stuff I've read online, is that people think that, this bubble soccer, they're just trying to, they're really trying to protect these athletes and they're ruining sports. And really, these are made for fun and entertainment. It's a very aggressive game, and it's about having fun out there, and it doesn't have anything to do with protecting athletes in regular sports.
So is everything allowed? Are there any no-nos?
We go over this a lot with them at the beginning. Some of the stuff that we don't allow, we just don't allow full-speed blindside hits. That is one of the things that can jar you.
That's a no-no.
Yeah, if someone's just kind of sitting there watching because they're a little bit tired, you don't want to get a 20-yard head start and hit them from behind, because then if they're not expecting it, they could get jarred a little bit. And then despite what some people see online, we don't want them jumping into the bubbles to get in. We show them exactly how you're supposed to do it, but that's a chance to get injury there. And then there's a tendency for some people to want to run onto the field and knock someone over and just push them over, or jump into them onto the bubble. And
there's always one in every crowd.
Yeah, there's usually at least one, especially among the kids.
So what types of games can you play in these bubble suits?
Well, obviously soccer is the big one that's most popular, but we've done a lot of last man standing. There's actually an adult group that's done it 3 times where they've made up modified football. And then we do some free-for-all and a couple other games that we've made up.
What are the events that you do? Quickly, go ahead.
The events that we do?
That are good for this?
Anything that you can think of. Birthday parties, church groups, corporate events, barbecues.
Fun is what it's all about. It's BouncingBubblesSoccer.com. They're statewide. They're licensed and insured. Get your bounce on with them. Call them at 602-999-6318. They're going to offer everybody a 50% off of either a 60 or a 90-minute rental with them. Get your bounce on with them. You can call here, get connected with me at 602-277-5369, or call them direct at 602-999-6318. It's BouncingBubblesSoccer.com.
If I traded it